What's good? It's your girl, the real John Dilla's granddaughter, and I'm back with another lit episode for the channel. Actually going to be an instructive tutorial, I guess. I don't know what to call it, but this has been highly requested. Not, since I started my YouTube channel, obviously, because I only have 2 or like maybe 3 or 5 subscribers. I don't really know. I'm still learning how to read these analytics. But anyway, this has been requested of me by some of the travel CNA groups that I'm in, and just, younger people that I know that are interested in getting into the field. So today we're going to be talking about how to become a travel nurse, or CNA, or a certified nursing assistant, or how to become a travel anything in the healthcare field. So I'm actually going to drop the link down below in the description box at the end of this video, so that way people who are already certified nursing assistants can click this link down below, and it's going to tell you how to gain your reciprocity or endorsement application for all 50 of the United States. So you want to get into travel nursing, In this video, in this episode, we're going to discuss some of the ways that will become possible for you. Now, I understand that everything does not translate across all of the states, ergo the reason that we have to fill out endorsement and reciprocity applications. So I can only tell you my personal experience and the experience of others at how they obtain their licensure in other states. I actually got my CNA license, or certified nursing assistant license, or certification in Job Corps, and I think in about 2015, 16, somewhere around there, and I was certified in the state of Virginia. What my nursing instructors neglected to tell us is about how to gain our licensure or certifications in other states. So typically, most travel agencies like for you to have at least a year of one year of long-term care experience under your belt, or some type of hospital experience under your belt. Now, I understand that coming fresh out of graduation and out of CNA class that might not be possible. So I highly recommend that you do take that year to either work in private duty home care, or try to get into a nursing home, an assisted living facility, or something like that. And if you're having trouble finding employment, contact your local board of nursing for your respective state. Now we're going to hop right into what happens after you gain a year's experience. Typically, after a year, you're still considered a rookie in the field. If you're still having difficulty or trouble finding a job or a place that will give you that experience, comment down below and I'll do a separate video on how you can spice up your resume to make it seem like you've been in the field for years. Each state has different endorsement or reciprocity requirements, so I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but what I will do is post the link down below in the description box, and that is a government website that will let you know each state's reciprocity or endorsement requirements. Some states require you to just mail in the application. Some of them require application fees. Some of them you have to be in the actual state itself before you, like a resident of the state, or have proof of address in the state before you can even apply. Some of them you have to pay fees for. Some of them you can do online. Some of them have really long turnaround times. Like I know Maryland has a 90-day letter, or what's called a 90-day letter, which means that from the day you put in your application, from the day your application is reviewed, you're waiting to have your application approved to have a CNA GNA license in Maryland. And that's another thing. So in Maryland, you have to have a CNA GNA, which is a certified nursing assistant, and a geriatric nursing assistant. Every state is different. In Ohio, they're called STNAs, and I'm not really sure what that stands for. Further prove my point, each state has its own reciprocity requirements and endorsement requirements. And some of them do have extremely long turnaround time, so just know that whatever state you're getting the license for is a state you actually have done your research on, and it's going to be profitable to you. It would be great to have 50 licenses for all of the states, but you have to remember that they may come with application fees. You also have to remember to renew them. Some of them you have to renew every year. Some of them are bi-yearly, and some of them require you to get what are called CEUs, what are continuing education units. So you want to make sure that you're up to date on those things, and you're constantly going to have to keep renewing a license either every year or every 2 years. And if you're not using them, you're kind of just wasting your time and up space on the registry for somebody else. That being said, I'm going to tell you the top 10 highest paying states for CNA. At the top of almost every list that I researched, we have Alaska, New York, Cali, Hawaii, Massachusetts, North Dakota, Iowa, Nevada, Minnesota, and Arizona. Now, they did have Maryland and DC on there, but I've worked in Maryland both on a travel assignment and as a resident of Maryland, and I definitely made more money as a travel assignment than I did as a resident of Maryland. So that's why I didn't put them on the list, because I know what the actual pay rate is for Maryland, and to be honest, it is not that great. And one thing that you have to keep in mind is that the list was made based off of the cost of living for each state as well. Now, obviously, you see that I am melanated, so I gear most of my content towards the melanated people. I want you guys to be careful when you're picking these states that you go to, because some of them are not melanated people friendly. I would hate for anything to happen to you all in the name of chasing a dollar. Your safety and your well-being and your health they come before the patients. I know that sometimes we get caught up in, I gotta take care of my people, I gotta be at work to take care of my people. But if you're not safe, if you're not in top tier conditions, then you can't take care of your people. You can't provide them with the utmost care that they deserve if you're not taking care of yourself. So please be careful and actually research these facilities and these states before you just sign your paperwork because, oh, it's a good contract, they're paying good money. Well, there's a reason why they're paying that much money. And typically, I hate to say this, but recruiters will push big contracts on us because they know that we want the bigger dollars, and they know that a lot of these places are racist. They know that people experience pretty severe racism in these places, and that's why the turnaround rate for this contract is so high. So please, please, please be careful. All money is not good money. Do not go out here chasing a dollar and putting yourself at risk. Working for a reason, right? You have goals, you have a family, you have things that you want to accomplish. So if you don't come back from that assignment, or something happens to you on that assignment, so let's get back on track. You have your licensure. You've gotten licensed in any of those top 10 states that I just named. And at some point, I will go back through this video or redo this video and list them all right here. I don't know how to do that yet, guys. Work with me. Comment down below if you know how to edit videos. Let's work. Let's collab. Just like I was saying about researching the facility or the state or the city that you're about to go to, please make sure that you research these agencies, because some of them are just out here after the dollar. Some of them only see us as paychecks and dollar signs, and they do not give a darn about your safety or your well-being, okay? So research the facility, research the town, the city, the state, and research the agency. Put them in what's called the Better Business Bureau lookup. Look them up online. The same way you wouldn't just go out here and date a random guy or a random girl. Do not just put your life in these agencies' hands, because they don't care. My agency, Titan Medical, I love them. I've been with them for over a year. They have went to pretty big lengths to make sure that I was okay, that I was safe, that I had transportation to work, but that was a very extreme situation. Please make sure that you are working with agencies that treat you like people, that understand and respect the work that you do. One of the best ways for me personally to find travel assignments is in Facebook groups. Say what? Facebook groups, yes. They are the best. So some of the ones that I'm a part of, if I can remember them off the top of my head, because I'm not on social media right now, I'm solely focused on the platform and connecting with my family, my cousins, and my kinfolk. If you've made it this far into the video and you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Plus, I have made some very good friends in my Facebook groups. They also allow you the opportunity to meet a plethora of recruiters at one time. You can sometimes post your resume or just ask a question. Hey, are there any assignments in whatever state you're licensed in or you're interested in going to? And dozens of recruiters will be in your inbox. They'll be commenting on the status for days. Sometimes you have to check your spam folder because, you know, it gets filtered through like that. And I found some pretty good assignments on there, and I'm definitely happy about that. I have a nice little network on there. I actually miss my people. I can't wait to go back live and tell them everything that's been going on. And they have been such a great support to me. They link up, they go on trips. Sometimes, you can find a group of people to take the same contract as you at the same time, so that way you're not traveling by yourself. You can get you a travel buddy. I haven't heard anything bad about any travel buddies. If anything, I see them go on to become great friends and continue to extend their family. So really get in those Facebook groups. Just simply type in travel CNA or travel nursing or travel whatever your medical field is, and you'll find some pretty good stuff. And the last thing that I'm going to tell you about travel nursing or travel whatever your field is, which I probably should have started with first, is that it takes money. It takes money to make money. You might get lucky where you find an occasional assignment or agency that front you the money, if you will, or they'll pay for your travel expenses and your room and board, but they're definitely taking that out of your check. And like I mentioned before, my agency has gone to some pretty extreme lengths. For me, I still had to pay for it, okay, guys? So you want to make sure that you have a decent amount of money saved up to take care of your responsibilities wherever you currently live, as well as providing yourself with room and board with wherever you may be going if you're not fortunate enough to be staying with friends or family. That's also another great tip that I want to give you guys, is that I only travel to places typically where I have friends or family that I can stay with, which helps me cut down on my cost of living, because I do maintain my own residency where I have to pay my bills, my rent, car insurance, even though I'm not driving my car, my phone bill, light bill, etc. So I actually have found a way to even cut back on some of that, and I now live with my best friend, and we go half on the bills there, because I did have my own place, but to be honest, it was just too much for me to be doing by myself, honestly. I was working more than I was actually living in my apartment, and that didn't make sense. That's not what I got my own place for. I'm on the road. I like to try to travel to places where I already have some sort of support system, especially because sometimes it can get pretty lonely. And like I said, some of these places are not melanated friendly, and sometimes it's just nice to come home and have somebody to have a good laugh with, maybe have a little drink or whatever you do to unwind after work. You do want to make sure that you have some type of savings set up, so that way if you get 2 weeks in the hole, you can still be able to provide transportation for yourself, feed yourself, your hygiene, whatever your daily upkeep or maintenance is, getting transportation and things like that. You want to make sure that you still have money to do that while you're waiting to get your first paycheck. In addition to the fact that I've heard some pretty horrific stories of people traveling to places by a certain deadline, getting there, going to their assignment, and the facilities are like, yeah, we have no idea who you are, and your agencies are not answering the phone, and these people are pretty much stranded, and they've spent their last dime. I actually have some colleagues who were on a travel assignment with me, and they got duped out of their money. How some of us got paid and others didn't is beyond me. It baffles me. And they spent their last of their last to come on this travel assignment. They packed up their house, they purchased a U-Haul, they brought their child with them. The husband and the wife are both CNAs. One was working 3 to 11, the other was working 11 to 7. They were making it work, and they did not get paid. I got paid, other people got paid, but they didn't get paid. So you don't want anything like that to happen, where you're in a situation where you're solely depending on the agency or the facility to make sure that your needs are met. Today, you are an adult and you are responsible for maintaining and providing those things for yourself. And I know that might sound kind of harsh. I actually had a recruiter tell me that when I first got into travel nursing, and I'm like, bro, y'all asked me to come out here. Y'all need my help. But at the end of the day, I'm an adult, and I'm supposed to provide these things for myself, or have, a significant other or some sort of system set in place that provides that for me. And it's not their duties or their responsibilities to take care of you once you get to these assignments. It sounds harsh, but I feel like you'd rather hear it from me than from someone who's not going to say it the same way or with the same enthusiasm. So here's a recap. These are the steps that you should take to becoming a travel CNA. Number 1, obtain your CNA license in your current state that you're a resident of. Next, obtain employment in a long-term care or a short-term care facility for at least 6 months to a year. While working, start doing your research on agencies that you would like to work with. Make sure that they are sending people to places that are safe and melanated friendly. Also, once you get around your 6 to 9 month mark, you should begin applying for licensure in other states. Next, you want to find the right agency for you. Find one that is not going to treat you just like a paycheck or like a number. The next thing I recommend is joining groups on Facebook. Again, just type it in the search bar, Travel CNA, and a plethora of groups will come up. You might also want to find some ones that are specific to the state or states that you're looking to go to. Last thing that I recommend is saving your money. Stack, stack, stack. You have anywhere from 6 months to a year to save your money to travel. And remember that you might have to pay endorsement or application fees. So, if you'd like to know what things I pack when I go on a travel assignment, comment down below. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on for the next episode. Peace, love, and blessings. The real John Diller's granddaughter. We still out.